Today I'm going to talk about how you can evaluate your tires to determine if they're safe for riding. Basically, you want to make sure the tires have enough tread, and you want to make sure that there are no bulges in the tires, and you also want to make sure that the sidewalls of the tires, which are the part that's not in contact with the road but is on the side of the tire, you want to make sure there's not too much wear on that. Having good tires that are in good condition is actually one of the most important things to check in terms of safety. When people have crashes, they fall off their bikes, something goes wrong and they get seriously injured, a lot of the times it comes down to the tires. The pedals, the handlebars, all that other stuff is also important, but tire problems is one of the most common causes of crashes and injuries on a bicycle. So now I'm going to show you an example of a tire that is at the end of its useful life and needs to be replaced. Okay, so here we have a bicycle tire mounted on the wheel, and this tire has a fair amount of wear on it. I'm going to show you the tread now. So looking at this tread, you can see it's pretty well worn. Right along here, the tread marks here are completely worn out. Down the center, these tread lines no longer connect across the tire. And if you kind of look, as you're looking at the flat part of it, the tire used to be completely round. It's gotten to be fairly flat along here, and you can feel it, and it's pretty well worn. There might be some more life left in that tire based on how flat it is up there, but you wouldn't want to go too much longer. Now, the thing that caught my eye, every now and then I check my tires to make sure there's no problems. I look for bulges, and I also check the sides of the tires. Now, the thing that caught my eye as I was slowly going around, is this right here. You can see there's a bulge in the tire right there. And that's not good. So it's not real obvious, but if you're looking for it and you're running your fingers over the tire, you'll see it. There's this bulge here. And that's not good. That's a weak point. So because of that bulge, I'm going to replace this tire. So what could happen is let's say you're going around a turn, instead of the top of the tire making contact with the road, suddenly around the turn, more along the side or edge of the tire is where you'll be hitting the road. And if you hit like a big bump or a piece of glass or something, this is a sensitive area, and the tire could blow out, essentially. So if that happens, you go from having a fully inflated tire to a flat tire in no time at all, and it can cause you to lose control of the bike. Something else I look for when I'm evaluating a tire to see if it's still good to ride is the sidewalls. By the sidewall, what I'm really talking about is this area here, just above the rim. So the rim is the metal part, this is aluminum, and then you've got your sidewall. Sometimes you'll see cracking, could be from dry rotting or just from a lot of wear and age. These are actually good in the sidewall portion. Now I'm going to show you another tire that is a different style and is getting older. Okay, so this is a tire. It's actually a new tire. Has great tread, has never been used, has the tag. However, this tire is I think it's about 15 years old, even though it's never been used. And it's got a certain type of sidewall. Just looking close here. See, it's not a black rubber. It's got this, I don't know what you call it, but the material's a little different. So anyway, sometimes with these types of tires, you'll see cracking forming right along here. Now these are still good, but I have a feeling if they were to sit for another 5 or 10 years, they would probably dry rot away and you'd see cracking forming. So before I bought this tire, I got it used, well, I got it at a bike co-op, even though it's a new tire. Anyway, I made sure that there's no cracking along here. If there had been any cracking, I wouldn't have gotten the tire. But now I'm confident that this tire can be used. I'll probably get a couple years out of it, you know, at least probably a few thousand miles or more. So to sum up, tires are very important for safety. You want to check the tread, make sure that there's still a little bit of tread left. Sometimes the tire can wear right through. You want to check the sidewalls. And another important thing is to make sure your tires are properly inflated. I'm going to go back to the bikes just to show you where the tire pressure, the recommended tire pressure, is shown on the tire. Okay, so on the sidewall is where you'll find your recommended tire pressure. This particular tire says inflate to 80 to 90 psi. That's pounds per square inch. And you can go a little below that, but you don't want to go above that 90 psi. So I usually put in these about 70 or so. Some tires will say recommended 50 to 65. It really varies by tire. But you want to keep your tires properly inflated. If you've got thin road tires, you might inflate them once every few days or once a week. If you've got the big fat, mountain bike tires, you can probably go a couple weeks or a month between inflation. But you don't want to let that PSI get down too far. The tire should be, well inflated. You shouldn't be able to squeeze much air when it should feel pretty hard. And keeping that properly inflated will reduce how often you get flat tires, and it'll keep you safer out there, so that you won't be getting flats and won't fall off. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that was helpful, and you'll know how to look over your tires to see if they are safe for riding. And in the comment section below, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.